This is United Network News with Sunny Galt, Calen Gipp, Kimberly Gogan, and our field messengers from around the world. Here's today's real news.
It's Friday, August 22nd, 2025, and here are today's stories. A troubling report from Nigeria's southeast. Allegations of military killings, with Amnesty International claiming hard evidence. Our field messenger, Mazi Uchenna, has the story. Ever heard of a catfish tradie? In Australia, that's what they're calling shady contractors who post fake credentials, use misleading photos, and offer rock-bottom quotes, then leave homeowners with shoddy work and a big bill. Now to the money world. Cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin promise big returns and a financial revolution, but some say it's less investing and more high-tech gambling. In Seattle, food waste warriors are making moves, launching a new national nonprofit to rescue surplus food, feed communities, and keep the recovery industry fair for everyone. The question of older drivers. Around the world, it's a hot debate. Some countries want mandatory retesting after a certain age. Others say independence matters more, and no one can agree on the right balance. History lovers, this one's for you. The Arles Amphitheater in France, built in 90 AD, once hosted roaring crowds for gladiator battles and chariot races. We'll take you there. And finally, in Romania, stunning basalt columns, an emerald lake, and an extinct volcano, all formed more than 1 million years ago. And locals say the place has a calming, almost magical energy. Our field messenger, Mazi Uchenna, has a powerful report from Nigeria's southeast, where serious human rights concerns are being raised. The military has reportedly admitted to killings of IPOB members, that's indigenous people of Biafra. And Amnesty International says they have documented proof, including the names and addresses of those who lost their lives. The video you're about to see is difficult to watch. While the quality isn't perfect, the story is too important to ignore. Out of respect for the victim, the body has been blurred. Viewer discretion is strongly advised.
Hi, this is Mazi Uchenna, a field messenger reporting. I am here to show you or report what is going on in my community. Nigeria military operative and some other operative created by the governors in the eastern region of Nigeria have collabed together and going house to house and killing people with no reason. They are in quest of the land grabbing. They want to grab the land. They want to wipe indigenous. They are wiping out, they are wiping out indigenous, making space for the Fulani herdsmen to take over the land of indigenous. A lot of blood is flowing too much in Nigeria. People are in pain. People are in sorrow. This is exactly what is going on in the community which I mentioned, in Amano, in Okiwe, Imo State, the eastern part of Nigeria. Thank you very much. This is Mazi Uchenna, a field messenger reporting.
Cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin have taken the world by storm, promising big returns and revolutionizing how we think about money. But here's the million-dollar question. Is crypto investing really investing, or just glorified gambling with a techie twist? While it's exciting to dream of striking digital gold, the risks behind the hype are enough to make anyone think twice. Let's start with the basics. Cryptocurrency is digital money that exists online and isn't backed by any government. That means if your account gets hacked or the platform goes under, your funds could disappear for good. Unlike traditional currency, crypto runs on tech, not banks or governments, using code to handle payments peer-to-peer. It's built on cryptography and algorithms that replace trust with tech. According to recent research from Concordia University, crypto trading platforms often feel like a mix of investing and gambling, designed to keep users hooked on high-risk trades. They use flashy designs, real-time stats, and game-like features to make risky speculation feel exciting and rewarding. While these tools create an engaging experience, they also downplay how the platforms profit, mainly from frequent trades and user losses, not user success. At their core, these platforms prioritize generating revenue over helping people make smart financial decisions.
If you have friends or relatives who are into cryptocurrency, you know that the reason that people are into Bitcoin is because they think it can make them a lot of money. Because Bitcoin is just a digital token without any inherent value, they're not really making an investment. They're engaging in a financial betting game. Anything you invest in Bitcoin or Ethereum or Dogecoin just goes into the pocket of the previous holder. There's no real income generating asset behind it. What they're betting on is that other people will bet on it and the value will keep going up. If more people are joining the market, you can make money. You're not a sucker if the person next in line is a sucker too. And as long as you can make it out on time, the next guy is left holding the bag. The good news for these gamblers is that there are a lot of suckers in the world. The bad news is that eventually you run out of suckers. So to keep the scam running as long as they can, the wealthy proponents of Bitcoin say that it's changing the world. They say that Bitcoin is going to replace fiat currencies like the dollar. They say that it's going to undermine cruel dictatorships and greedy banks and help usher in a libertarian utopia of privacy and security. And most importantly, they say what every scam artist has said since the beginning of time. Get in right now and you'll make quick and easy money. Don't miss out on this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
Experts say crypto tokens are highly volatile, with values swinging wildly and risking big financial losses. They're also too slow for efficient payments and often linked to illegal activities like money laundering and sanction evasion. Instead, they function as speculative assets where investors hope to profit from price swings. The lack of regulation in the cryptocurrency space has opened doors to risky activities like lending, leveraging, and scams such as rug pulls, where early investors profit while others lose. Since cryptocurrencies operate on decentralized networks, they are often targeted by cyber criminals through hacking, scams, and phishing attacks, putting investors' assets at risk. In fact, cryptocurrency and digital asset investments have been labeled a top threat to investors in 2025 by the North American Securities Administrators Association. Scammers often use fake websites, social media accounts, and glowing but false client reviews to trick people into trusting them.
I feel really stupid over what just happened. I got scammed out of all my crypto, over 5,000 euro worth. But if this helps at least one person, not to do the same what I did, I think that would be a consolation. All my Bitcoin gone. But yeah, so the official text message thread that I had with Binance since the day I opened Binance got intercepted. And, it was official, it was good until last week. A scammer got in and basically was grooming me for a few days now. Anyway, I ended up calling the number because they said there was suspicious activity. And, one thing led to the other. He helped me, enter into my trust wallet. He told me my trust wallet, where I keep all my crypto, was under risk. And he said we should open a new trust wallet, and proceeded to send me a seed phrase, which is when my spidey senses went off. And I didn't listen to that inner voice that told me, be careful. Um, you know, I'm speaking to an official number. How could this be a scam? This is definitely, not a scammer. So guys, never do that. Never ignore your inner voice. Ignore when the spidey senses come, there's something to it. And number two, even official communication with a platform could be intercepted and they can scam you out of your crypto.
Scammers are always coming up with new ways to use cryptocurrency to steal money. Here's how to stay safe. Beware of deals that sound too good to be true, especially those promising guaranteed high returns in a short time. Classic red flags for fraud. Always verify sources, watch out for warning signs, and remember, all investments come with risks. Crypto might be exciting, but diving in without understanding the risks could cost you more than you bargained for.
UNN Field Messenger Lawrence reports from the 2025 Refed Food Waste Solution Summit in Seattle, where experts tackle food waste and hunger. A key highlight is the launch of the National Food Recovery Association, a non-profit focused on reducing food waste, feeding communities, and supporting a fair food recovery industry.
Hi, Field Messenger Lawrence Love here with UNN, reporting from downtown Seattle. Today, I'm at a conference called 2025 Refed Food Waste Solutions Summit. It's here at the Hyatt Regency. So met a lot of interesting people. Everyone's with the same like intent of fixing or coming up with food solutions to food waste on one end and people starving on the other end. So we need to try to find a medium somewhere in the middle, and getting together and networking with each other is the way that we can possibly do this. Is coming up with solutions to problems, because as soon as you come up with a solution, the problem does not exist anymore.
And most of the people in the room know these facts, but I like to share them anyway. So the first is, and most of us know this, is that 30 to 40% of food goes to waste, right? So then the second fact is that in 2023, because 2024 stats aren't out yet, over 45 million Americans didn't know where their next meal was coming from, and about a quarter of those were children. So we're wasting 30 to 40% of food, yet we have all these people who don't know where their meal is coming from. And then third is that if food waste were a country, it would be the third highest emitting country behind China and the US. So we're wasting all this food, we have a bunch of hungry people, and we're doing the worst thing we could for the planet.
So never before in human history have we been this far removed from the source of our food. And I often, as a nutritionist, my elders would say, how do we help people return to a traditional foods diet when our usual and custom harvesting grounds are now Safeway and Albertsons and QFC, right? And so I'm often reminding folks that there are principles to our ancestral diets that are as applicable today as they were generations ago.
The people in the food recovery ecosystem are all focused on both reducing food waste and feeding people, and really are looking at this from a collaborative standpoint, right? We want to work together. We all share the same passions. We all share a focus on fairness and justice and partnership. And so we started meeting around 2023. Again, pain points, kvetching, maybe we could work together, opportunity. And what we came up with is the National Food Recovery Association. So welcome to the National Food Recovery Association. We are launching, this is our big announcement, we are launching the National Food Recovery Association. I'm not going to read all of these, you can kind of read them, and they're on our website, so you can go to our website and check it out. But really, what the National Food Recovery Association is a nonprofit that is focused on advancing food recovery as an industry, right, as a solution. And it's member-driven because nobody knows food recovery as well as the people that are working in it and doing it day to day.
It's an amazing honor to do this work.
And I'm going to talk about a couple of updates of things that we're doing and what I see on the horizon, which is incredible at this moment. So first and foremost, I'm going to talk about the cost of food waste. A couple of years ago, I think it was in 2014, USDA came out with a number that was $1,500, which was the cost of food of a family of 4 over a year of food that isn't eaten.
So I hope you all enjoy. Have a nice day.
Tired before the day begins? NAD Plus levels drop 50% after 40. NAD Plus helps your cells bounce back fast. Most supplements give precursors. NAD Plus skips the breakdown, delivering direct, bioavailable power. Support your energy, metabolism, sleep, and stress levels at the cellular level. Join the NAD Plus revolution. Start your journey to a healthier you. Subscribe today.
Hi everyone, this is Leanne.
And I'm Jerry.
Coming to you from Tamworth, New South Wales.
Hi there, this is Rick from Arizona.
My name is Uchechukwu Ogbenebam from Igbo tribe, Nigeria.
Hi, this is Scott from Utah.
I'm Annette from Agassiz, British Columbia.
Hi, I'm Marcus Surzet from Manipur State, India.
Real people reporting real stories from all around the world. That's what United Network News is all about.
Can you clap?
We had a huge flood, which some call the flood of the century.
No fake news here. Our field messengers share personal experiences of what's really happening in their community.
We got some nice fish right here.
At UNN, you are the news.
My family and I had a very good time.
Take the next step. Become a UNN field messenger and share the real news with the world.
In the northwest province of South Africa, I am United Network News.
I am United Network News.
I am United Network News.
I am United Network News, and if it's going to be, it's up to me.
It's going to be, it's up to me. If it is going to be, it's up to me.
If it's going to be, it's up to me.
If it's going to be, it's up to us. Field Messages, United Network News. See you next time.
Conversations about older drivers can be tricky. Nobody wants to take away someone's independence, but safety on the road is a real concern. Around the world, countries are taking very different approaches to retesting senior drivers, and the debate over what's fair and effective is still going strong. When it comes to deciding if and when older drivers should be retested, opinions split quickly. Opponents of mandatory age-based testing argue that retesting can feel discriminatory. After all, age alone doesn't automatically make someone unsafe behind the wheel. Many older drivers have spotless records and have adapted their habits, like avoiding nighttime driving or busy highways, to stay safe. Advocates for more frequent testing see it differently. They say, as we age, vision changes, reflexes slow, and cognitive decline can sneak up, even for careful drivers. Regular testing, they say, can help identify problems before they lead to tragedy. Japan takes one of the most proactive approaches. From age 70, drivers must complete a safety course, and at 75, they face cognitive and driving skills tests before renewing their license. Fail the test, and renewal isn't an option. To ease the transition, Japan offers incentives like free public transit passes for those who give up their licenses, and even special support car licenses for vehicles with advanced safety features.
In Japan, tragedies like this seem all too common nowadays. An elderly driver loses control and a busy Tokyo street turns to mayhem. This accident killed a mother and child, hats strewn on the pavement where their bicycle was demolished. An 88-year-old man has been charged with manslaughter. The victim's images have galvanized Japanese who are saying enough is enough. If my wife was still conscious as she was thrown into the air, said the grieving husband and father, her only thought was surely whether our daughter was safe. A grim new genre of dashcam videos features seniors driving badly. For much of the Japanese public, the country seems under siege by aged motorists. In fast-graying Japan, an estimated 1/4 of octogenarians are still on the road. Over the last decade, Japan has seen more than a 6% rise in fatal collisions caused by seniors.
Germany sits at the other end of the spectrum. There's no mandatory retesting based on age. Licenses don't expire, and renewals aren't tied to birthdays. Instead, the focus is on voluntary assessments and technology adoption, with doctors and families encouraged to step in if someone's driving becomes unsafe. In fact, Germany was one of several countries to shoot down the European Commission's proposal requiring older drivers to take regular health checks, specifically vision and hearing tests, every 5 years once they turn 70. Now, each EU member state will decide individually whether to introduce such mandatory testing. Across Europe, policies vary widely. Countries like Spain and Italy require regular medical exams for older drivers, while Belgium, France, and Sweden have no age-based requirements at all. In the UK, drivers must renew their license every 3 years after turning 70 and self-certify that they meet vision and health requirements. In the United States, it's a patchwork. Many states require vision tests for older drivers, while others add on road tests or shorter renewal periods. Some are experimenting with adaptive licenses or refresher programs. Illinois recently made headlines for raising the age for mandatory road tests from 79 to 87, based on data showing older drivers are amongst the safest on the road.
Representatives are moving forward with a bill to make it easier for senior citizens to renew their driver's licenses. The Road Safety and Fairness Act was drafted by Secretary of State Alexi Janulius. The bill would raise the age when seniors have to take a driving test to renew their license from 79 to 87. Right now, Illinois is the only state that requires senior drivers to regularly test their ability to drive. The bill's sponsor says family members would be able to notify the Secretary of State's office if they think a relative has a medical condition and shouldn't be driving.
Study after study indicates that senior drivers are the most safe amongst us, and there's really no need for this onerous test to be administered when you are a senior.
Anyone 79 and older would still have to go to a driver's service facility to renew their license in person and take an eye exam.
As you can see, there's no universal answer. And that's probably because every driver is different. A 78-year-old with great health and sharp reflexes might be safer than a 50-year-old with untreated vision problems. The real challenge is creating systems that respect older drivers' independence while protecting everyone on the road. That might mean focusing less on age and more on ability through better health checks, targeted training, and technology that makes driving safer for everyone. Australia's home repairs and renovation scene is dealing with a rise in catfish tradies, contractors who trick homeowners with fake qualifications, misleading photos, and low quotes full of hidden costs. Many homeowners end up losing thousands on poor quality work because they don't know how to spot qualified professionals. According to research, 66% of Australians struggle to find a contractor they can trust, often feeling unsure about fair pricing or proper credentials. Authorities and consumer advocates are raising the alarm about shady practices by some contractors. These companies often pressure people, especially seniors or those recovering from disasters, into paying for expensive, unnecessary repairs. They use scare tactics to create urgency and even operate under multiple names to dodge bad reviews or confuse customers with fake competing quotes. Common complaints include overcharging, poor quality work, and aggressive behavior. In some areas, officials have also found issues like unlicensed workers or contractors exaggerating repair needs. Be cautious, especially if someone shows up uninvited or pushes for upfront payments. For instance, scammers are posing as emergency locksmiths, promising cheap, fast help to homeowners, but taking advantage instead.
In need of new locks for her upway home, Tamara Barr sought help from the internet.
Unfortunately, it was a holiday period and everybody was away, so I went onto Google and found a 24/7 locksmith that said they'd come anywhere in Melbourne.
She was quoted $1,000. Tamara accepted and the locksmith got to work. But she'd soon realised this was a scam when an email landed in her inbox. In bold red print, "Do not reply. Responses to this message will not be processed," it reads. And attached was an invoice for $4,006.
This is insane and it's exorbitant, and it's 4 times what I'd researched that the cost would be.
He then overwhelmed her with a long list of jobs he did and refused to leave until she paid up.
That felt very intimidating, and in the end, after a period of stress, I just had to pay it and get it done.
These are criminal gangs, so what I want to make clear is that they're not locksmiths, they're criminals posing as locksmiths.
Already, these scams have cost unsuspecting Australians tens of millions of dollars, has prompted a new warning.
A master locksmith isn't going to be around the corner waiting for your call, but they will turn up at some time and they will guarantee a price before they get there, which is reasonable and it's fair.
The same goes for builders. Just like shady contractors, hiring the wrong builder doesn't just hit your wallet. It can lead to serious headaches like legal issues, unsafe structures, and endless repairs. Unreliable builders often lure people in with low quotes, but cut corners, use subpar materials, or leave jobs unfinished. In time, this can lead to safety risks, extra costs, and even fines if the work doesn't meet Australian building standards. Imagine dealing with structural issues or faulty electrical work, all because you trusted the wrong person. It's just not worth the risk.
The homeowner thought that they're getting this home that is made out of Hebel, which is aerated concrete panels, and instead the builder has switched it for polystyrene cladding, which is a fraction of the price. And they're rendering the whole thing trying to deceive the homeowner. The homeowner has no clue about what's going on. They don't know anything about building. So this particular homeowner couldn't even speak English. She had to use an interpreter. So this builder has taken advantage of the homeowner. That's why it is so important to get someone behind your back and know that knows the building codes, that knows how to read plans, and make sure you're getting what you're paying for. There's a lot of corruption that's going on in the industry at the moment, as you can see all over the news and television. I mean, just last year, I backcharged 28 people, including 2 VBA officials, and a building surveyor for corruption. I mean, these guys have tried to buy their builder's license through the VBA. I mean, there's a lot of things going on in the building industry that questions like, are these builders unqualified? How are they building these homes? That's why it's so important to see what's going on in the building industry in terms of getting someone behind your back to see, if the homes are being built as per what's required.
So, how do you avoid these problems? The Australian Master Plumbers Association suggests starting with recommendations from family or friends, or checking industry association websites instead of relying on Google. Always get multiple quotes, verify licenses and accreditation, and don't rush into contracts, no matter how urgent things feel. A little caution up front can save you a world of trouble down the line.
The Arles Amphitheatre in France, built in 90 AD and inspired by Rome's Colosseum, once held more than 20,000 spectators for gladiator battles and chariot races. UNN Field Messenger page shares its incredible story.
Hello, this is Paige reporting for UNN from a village in the south of France. Today I'm visiting a Roman Colosseum, but it's in Arles, France, located on the Rhone River. The history of Arles dates back over 2,800 years ago when the Ligurians, who were northern Italians, were in the area from around 800 BC. The city became an important Phoenician trading port before it was taken over by the Romans in 123 BC, when they expanded it into an important city. The Romans built a canal linking the area of Arles all the way to the Mediterranean Sea in 104 BC, which they called the Canal de Marseille au Rhône, and was about 81 kilometers or 50 miles from Marseille along the coast of France to Arles along the Rhone River. The Arles Colosseum that we're visiting today is also called an amphitheater, and is remarkably preserved Roman structure built in about 90 AD in Arles, and was modeled after the Colosseum in Rome. It was designed to hold over 20,000 spectators and features 120 arches, 2 levels of arcades, galleries, and staircases, allowing efficient crowd movement during events. It hosted gladiatorial contests, chariot races, and theatrical performances for over 4 centuries. With the fall of the Western Roman Empire in the 5th century, the amphitheater, or Colosseum, was repurposed into a fortified settlement, complete with 4 towers and over 200 houses. It transformed the arena into a miniature town. It contained a central public square and 2 chapels, one centrally located and another at the base of the West Tower. In 1825, a preservation effort began, moving the population and their internal housing from within the Colosseum to outside the Colosseum. And by 1830, the structure was cleared and the arena reopened with a bull race celebrating the French capture of Algiers. Today, only 2 of the towers have survived, but climbing the steep stairs to the top gives us a clear view of the internal stadium seating and the surrounding village all the way to the Rhone River. You see it there in the distance. Today, the Colosseum remains a vibrant cultural site hosting festivals, plays, and concerts, and is also a part of the UNESCO World Heritage Site. I hope you enjoyed this report. Thanks for watching.
UNN Field Messenger Monica reports from Arles, Romania, home to amazing volcanic basalt formations, like basalt columns, an emerald lake, and an extinct volcano. These unique natural wonders, formed more than 1 million years ago, are said to emit a calming, positive energy.
Hello, Monica here, Field Messenger, reporting from Romania for UNN. Racoș is a typical Transylvanian old village located about 70 kilometers from Brașov. The treasures hidden in the surrounding hills are due to the volcanic basalt formations. In this important geological area, I found the Racoș Geological Complex, which includes basalt columns, emerald lake, and an extinct volcano. The area covers almost 100 hectares and represents the northeastern tip of the basalt triangle of the Persian Mountains. The basalt columns here are over 1.5 million years old, bearing witness to volcanic activity in the Persian Mountains of the Eastern Carpathians. Such basalt columns can be found around the world in areas where basaltic volcanism has occurred. They form when volcanic lava cools and contracts. This contraction occurs because lava loses volume when transitioning from a molten state to solid rock. As the lava cools, it shrinks and cracks into a pattern of polygons, usually hexagons, because this shape allows for the most efficient distribution of stress. These cracks propagate downward, resulting in long vertical basalt columns. The 100-foot wall, with its columns reaching up to 65 feet, is impressive. There are 3 distinct thresholds visible. The differences between them are due to the cooling rate of the flowing lava over a cold surface. In the upper part of the flow, cooling is rapid, resulting in lenticular fragmentation. Conversely, where the lava flow is in contact with tough layers, cooling is slower than at the surface, yet still rapid. This results in blocky forms. In the middle part, the temperature is better conserved, which ensures slower cooling. This results in columnar hexagonal forms. Before concluding this report, I would like to share one interesting finding. The basalt of these columns emits a positive energy. While there is not enough scientific evidence to support this claim, many visitors report feeling peaceful and revitalized near the columns. Basalt's volcanic origins connected to the Mother Earth, making it a powerful grounding stone. It can help someone feel more connected to the present moment and provide stability and resilience, particularly during times of change. I hope you enjoy the report as much as we enjoyed creating and putting it together here at UNN. Thank you for watching. See you next time.
Now it's your turn. Join our weekly meetings and become a field messenger. More information is available at our website, unitednetwork.earth. We're UNN and we're taking back the news.